ETSD Installation Manual. 1. Scope of application. 2. Limit switch installation distance. 3. Checkpoints before ETSD scan. 4. ETSD scan. 1. Scope of application. As the elevator passes through the ETSD vane installation section near the top or bottom floor, the car speed is monitored. At this time, if overspeed is detected, it is a system to prevent the car from crashing and hitting the ceiling or pit. It is applied at 120 meters per minute or more. Switch type is used up to 105 meters per minute, and ETSD sensor and vane are used from 120 meters per minute. In case of GL1, switch type is used up to 120 meters per minute. 2. Limit switch installation distance. For 120 meters per minute or less, use the limit switch instead of ETSD as below. For GL1, use limit switch type up to 120 meters per minute. 3. Checkpoints before ETSD scan. Step 1. ETSD sensor horizontal gap check at top floor. Set the gap between the ETSD sensor and the ETSD vane on the top floor is below DWG. Stickers are attached to the top of the ETSD sensor to help set the vane count slot center. And the distance between the sensor and the vane does not match. Add a washer between the brackets. Do not pull it by force. Step 2. ETSD sensor vertical gap check at top floor. While the car is located at top floor level, set the distance between the middle line of the ETSD sensor and the upper end of the top ETSD vane to 83 plus or minus 5 mm as below DWG. Step 3. Each ETSD vane distance check at top floor. Set the distance between each ETSD vane as below DWG. The number of vane is 4 or more. Check the below table and set the distance between each ETSD vane. The number of ECNT slot group means the number of holes in the vane. Step 4. ETSD sensor horizontal gap check at bottom floor. Set the gap between the ETSD sensor and the ETSD vane on the top floor is below DWG. Stickers are attached to the top of the ETSD sensor to help to set the vane count slot center. And if the distance between the sensor and the vane does not match, add a washer between the brackets. Do not pull it by force. Step 5. ETSD sensor vertical gap check at bottom floor. While the car is located at top floor level, set the distance between the middle line of the ETSD sensor and the upper end of the top ETSD vane to 51 plus or minus 5 mm as below DWG. Step 6. Each ETSD vane distance check at bottom floor. Set the distance between each ETSD vane as below DWG. The number of vane is 4 or more. Check the below table and set the distance between each ETSD vane. The number of ECNT slot group means the number of holes in the vane. The same distance as the upper side vane. Step 7. Check the number of top-bottom vanes. The number of vanes to be installed depends on the speed of the car, range 120 meters per minute to 480 meters per minute. The number of installed vane is according to the speed as below table. Step 8. Car swing check. If the car is shaken too much, there will be problems in recognizing the ETSD sensor and vane while driving. Since the left and right width of the vane slot is 25.5 millimeters, adjust the swing of the car as plus or minus 7 mm or less with left and right side. For the same reason, the distance between the car guiding rail (RG) of the top and bottom sides should be set correctly. Step 9. Inverter parameter P5 value adjustment. Check that the inverter parameter P5 value is set to the factory default value of 8. If P5 value is low, ETSD error may occur due to difference between acceleration and deceleration pattern. Therefore, it should be raised to the maximum value within the limit that TM vibration does not occur. Increase the value of P5 sequentially from 8, and check if TM vibration exists. If TM vibration occurs during the sequential increase, return to the previous value without vibration and store. Step 10. Speed pattern adjustment. The adjustment of the speed curve in below dWg is interrelated to the start, the final approach, and the stop. See the speed curve in below dWg. The adjustment parameters used for speed pattern are as follows. Parameter explanation. Refer to the below parameter table. Step 11. Initial setting parameter by speed. Refer to the below table. 4. ETSD scan. Step 1. ETSD scan preparation. 1. Check whether ETSD is set up on CPU-A board. Confirm that EGOOD, EBAD LED on the CPU-A board are flickering each other. This means ETSD is not set up. If EGOOD LED green is on only, this means ETSD is set up. 2. Note that if ETSD has been set at least once before, the setup information is already recorded in the CPU-A board. Make sure to reset all the recorded ETSD setup information. After ETSD initialization, do ETSD setup again. Refer to Step 4 ETSD initialization. ETSD is not set up. EGOOD, EBAD LED on CPU-A PCB are flickering each other. Step 2. ETSD scan procedure. 1. According to car speed, check the value of Step 11, initial setting parameter by speed. 2. Parameter values M34, M38, M40 related to deceleration are temporarily set to +50. For example, if M38, M40, M34 equals 137, change to 187. 3. Temporarily jumper 1, 123A, and 2, 123, of CNHV3 connector on the IOC board. Note, AC 220 voltage. 4. Put the elevator in automatic operation mode. 5. At IMS remote fast, set D26 equals 1, or the DD switch to on. 6. Move the car to the lowest floor and execute the TBS command at remote fast. 7. After confirming the output message, go to top on the remote fast screen. Move the car to the top floor. 8. When the car passes through the ETSD vane installed near the top floor, check that the EGOOD, EBAD LED on the CPU board detects the groove of the vane and EGOOD, EBAD LED will be flickered. 9. Check the output message. Go to for 1 on the remote fast screen and move the car to the lowest floor. 10. After the lowest floor arrives, if setup is completed normally, ETSD setup will be displayed at remote fast, and only EGOOD LED green color is on its CPU board. 11. The parameter values M34, M38, M40 temporarily set to +50 are returned. For example, M34, M38, M40 return back from 187 to 137. 12. When ETSD setup is completed, remove the 1, 123A, and 2, 123 jumpers of CNHV3 connector on the IOC board. 13. At IMS remote fast, set D26 equals 0 or turn off the DD switch. 14. Enter ETSC in remote fast to clear the ETSD error. 15. If the EGOOD LED is on without displaying ETSD setup message, initialize ETSD, reset, and do ETSD scan again. Step 3. ETSD scan confirmation. 1. Even if the ETSD setup message is displayed on the remote fast, you still have to check the ETSD table value. Check that the number of CKPT matches the speed. Also make sure that the speed value is properly recorded in the corresponding CKPT point. 2. After completing the ETSD setup, check point table information of the ETSD vanes recorded in CPUA can be confirmed by ETSB or ETST command. 3. ETSB displays the table information of the lower ETSD vane. 4. ETST displays the table information of the upper ETSD vane on the screen. 5. If ETSD is not set up, no data message will be displayed. If the corresponding CKPT is missing or the velocity is not recorded properly, perform setup again. Check parameter M34, M38, M40. M34, M38, M40 or 137. Temporary set it to +50. Change M34, M38, M40 from 137 to 187. Change D26 from 0 to 1. Move the car to bottom floor. TBS at remote fast. Go to top will be displayed. Move the car to top floor. Go to for 1 will be displayed. Move the car to bottom floor. ETSD setup will be displayed. If there is any problem, ETSD fail will be displayed. Return back M34, M38, M40 from 187 to 137. WRT at remote fast to save. Step 4. ETSD initialization. 1. If you want to cancel the setup process in the incomplete state during ETSD setup, enter TBS twice in remote fast. 2. If the cancellation is completed, an abort message is output. 3. Then press the RSTDSP button at the bottom left of the CPU-A board. Enter ETST and ETSB in Remote Fast and confirm that no data is displayed at Remote Fast. Step 5. ETSD Scan Test. Caution: before performing the ETSD test, enter the ETST and ETSB commands to recheck the position values in the ETSD table. Make sure the EGOOD LED is on and remove the jumper between pins 123 and 123A of the CNHV3 connector on the IOC board. 1. Enter D26 equals 1. 2. Recheck that the jumpers of number 1, 123A, and number 2, 123, of connector CNHV3 on the IOC board have been removed. 3. After moving the car to the top floor, enter the TST2 command on the Remote Fast and enter the lowest floor car call. Downward running test. 4. The ETSD error 1516 will be displayed on the Remote Fast screen of the IMS as the car travels to the lowest floor and stops in an emergency. The safety line breaks due to the operation of the SAFETSX relay on the IOC board. 5. Check that the EBAD LED red on the CPU-A board is on. After the car stops, it automatically switches from ETSD test mode to auto operation mode. 6. Check ETS error by entering ETSF command on Remote Fast. 7. Reset the CPU-A board. 8. Enter ETSC in Remote Fast to clear the ETSD error. 9. After successfully completing the downward driving test, place the car on the lowest level. 10. Enter TST2 command on Remote Fast and enter the top floor car call. Upward running test. 11. As with the downlink test, the ETSD error 1516 will be displayed on the Remote Fast screen of the IMS while the car is traveling on the top floor and then in an emergency stop. 12. If in at SHDN occurs after test completion, input ETSC command twice. 13. Reset the CPU-A board. 14. Delete the error by RFL command on Remote Fast.